With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series fires things off for the final time here in season number 2. That's right, championship on the line. 4 drivers will fight it out. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight in the final race of the season, the Gerotech 100. Gerotech, Michigan's leading brand in CNC machines, engineered solutions, robotic, and automation. Learn more at Gerotech.com. One of the great sponsors throughout this entire season. Big hats off to them for running tonight's title sponsor right here at Phoenix Raceway. This 1-mile track set in the desert. I'm going to give some of these drivers a little bit of a fit qualifying session already underway. 60 seconds off of the stopwatch in qualifying, so we'll go ahead and get some of that information up to the left-hand side of your screen. Looks like Brandon Medford, championship contender. Only driver turning in a time lapse so far, so of course, top of the speed charts. Quick time starts off with a 27:51 laid down by that Chevy Silverado driver inside of his 83 machine. Brandon Medford looking to capture the pole here tonight from Phoenix in track position. One of those it's very key here at Phoenix. Phoenix has always been known to be a track position track. And I know that may sound a little bit awkward saying a track position track, but you get yourself back through the field, and you're going to have yourself some trouble getting around the handful of drivers, not having any trouble putting his Silverado top of the speed charts. Matt Horton takes that top spot away. Quick time now belongs to Horton with a 27:20. Horton also one of those championship 4 drivers vying for the championship here tonight. John Garrett back in the field right now, just down to his car, getting ready to climb in. Justin Patillo also one of those championship 4. He's been on a tear as of late. Went to victory lane last week at Iowa for the 6th time this season. Conservative money goes on that 64 of Patillo. If you're wanting an outsider, well, you can pick. You got a choice of 3 right there. Willoughby, Horton, Garrett, or Medford. That upset the man that has been at this front inside of his Toyota Tundra. He's going to slot in second, and as the music fades away, time will fade from the qualifying stopwatch. Now less than 2 minutes remaining. We've only got ourselves about 5 more drivers left to put in their final time for tonight's Gerotech 100 right here from Phoenix Raceway. So cream rising to the top here. Just 1 driver outside of your top 5 positions are your championship 4 drivers. John Garrett, the only driver that has not put in a timed lap yet. And 3 out of your 4 championship drivers are sitting inside of your top 4. That is absolutely a testament to how good these drivers are week in, week out. And whoa, not a good time lap there for the 66. He's going to have to count on it here on this second time lap. Garrett, with less than 45 seconds, he's got to fight his way up through the field, slotting in last on the speed charts. That is definitely not where you want to be. That's not where you want to start out here at Phoenix, a 1-mile track in the desert. Sun sitting, baking all day. Drivers are going to have to try to keep the tail ends underneath of them. And Garrett going to turn in a quicker time, but not fast enough. Matt Horton will walk away with the pole position here tonight from Phoenix Raceway, and that's pretty much going to be it. So we'll go ahead and shut her down on qualifying, head off to a commercial break, pay a little bill, and then head trackside for the national anthem as drivers afford themselves a 5-minute warm-up. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Back trackside as the final 30 seconds roll off here in this quick 5-minute warm-up session, allowing these truck drivers to shake down their machines and get ready for tonight's Gerotech 100 right here from Phoenix Raceway. Tell you what, we'll get to some point standings real fast while we've got about 15 seconds or so here. There you can see your top four all knotted up with those 3,000 points apiece. But how about the battle right here? 5th, 6th, 7th. Dustin Franklin, Scott Mayhew, Brandon Pamitat. Watch for those three drivers tonight. Big implications here for who can walk away with that top 5 position in the overall point standings. And the track is being called to come to a clear, and drivers will make their way through final pre-race inspection. And there you go. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be all for your championship standings. And it looks like a little bit of a technical glitch on our hands here. We'll take care of that in the background. There you go, all gone and all ready to go racing here tonight from Phoenix Raceway in the Gerotech 100. Had to sneeze, so had to mute the mic to apologize there. Final few drivers beginning to make their way to the starting grid. There you can see them all behind the pace car as it rolls off. You know the sounds. It's time for the final race of season number 2. It's championship night here at Phoenix Raceway, snatching the final pole of this season inside row number 1. Your pole sitter, Matt Horton. Justin Tilo will see if he can't get that 64 machine at the front of his field. He'll start outside pole position in second. Long way to go around still. There's Bellinger and Medford back in row 2. Row 3, Guy Clem and Dustin Franklin. How about John Garrett, David Pugh in row 4. Row 5 tonight, the 56 of Scott Mayhew and the 77 of Tyler Woodard. Brandon Pamitat, John G back in 12th. Rest of the field looks a little like this as we inch closer to that start and finish line. Music's gonna drop out of the back and these engines will come to life. There it is. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight in the Gerotech 100 from Phoenix Raceway. Patillo and Horton, your top 2 drivers here in qualifying, side by side. Back down into the corner once again, side by side racing action all the way back through this field. Third, fourth, fifth, all stacked up, running with each other. Check out David Pugh and that 60 machine right there, following behind the 47. Oh, way up the track. We've got drivers up the track here early out of turn number 3. Drivers not able to utilize that dog leg until after these restarts, trying to avoid some of the calamities and chaos that can come from that. We'll go ahead and throw your timing and scoring up to the left-hand side of your screen now as we continue to watch this battle for 5th and 6th unfold. What do you say we jump around the track just a little bit back here? Look at this big scrum of cars. The 77 of Tyler Woodard way down on the bottom of the track in that Patriot number 77, trying to close in on the back of the 48 of Brandon Pamitat. Scott Mayhew right there, that 56 right in front of him, running in that 8th position. Top of the speed charts though, Patillo back at the front as Horton fades to 3rd. Tyler Bellinger right there now running in 2nd. The 88 Ford F-150 running in that 2nd position. Already looks like he's losing a little bit of ground here. Close battle from 2nd to 3rd, but Patillo starts to step away. The 86 down at the bottom of the racetrack. There you can see Jonathan Golden. He's trying to pick up a handful of positions. Mark Parkhurst right there running in 15th. Let's go back here, take a look at this 23 truck. Parkhurst looking to gain a handful of positions here tonight. Qualified all the way back here in the tail end of the field. He's sitting right where he started tonight's race from in his 23 Goose Graphics sponsored Colonial Clash Truck Series machine. Parkhurst looking to gain some spots, but having a rough go at it already here tonight. Lap number 6 goes on the board, and we'll move a little bit further up through this field. What do you say we look at this battle just in front of Parkhurst? Guy Clem, John G., Christopher Pendle right there running with each other, all over each other really. Just about a half of a car length separating all of these drivers. A little bit of a connection issue, so we'll head up to the front in the Haley Steinfeld 89 truck of Matt Horton. Horton trying to get up there and run back down Bellinger. Bellinger losing some time now to your race leader. There you can see that Toyota Tundra of Patillo at the front of this field. Patillo has been fast week in, week out. We told you the conservative money is on that 64, but who's your outside shot? If you had the Vegas odds on your favor, who would you throw that championship money on here tonight? But Horton sitting right there in 3rd. Brandon Medford in 4th position. John Garrett in the 66, struggling a little bit. Your final competitor in that championship for there's Garrett and his Fort Worth screen printing machine. Fort Worth screen printing, providing textile screen printing services to promotional product distributors, marketing firms, advertising agencies. When it's too tough for your average printers to get it done, look no further than Fort Worth Screen Printing. You can check them out at fwscreen.com. Big shout out to John Garrett as well, making his debut at Talladega this past weekend. Fortunately had some starter issues on his truck, relegated him to a tough little finish there. But how about that? John Garrett from the high banks of Talladega in real life here to the virtual progressive dynamic Phoenix Raceway. And oh, David Pugh, little piece of the wall in front of John Garrett. Look for him to pounce now. Garrett closes in on Franklin and Pugh. Patillo now steps it out to a 1.5 second advantage. Let's go up to the battle for 2nd. Horton has reeled in Bellinger, and Bellinger to the high side. He's looking to keep some grip in that 88 truck, and he's not going to be able to afford that. He's going to lose this position by the time they get back down to the corner. And right on around, no problem whatsoever. Horton going to move himself into 2nd. Here comes Medford looking to gain a spot. Medford on on a quest here. Looking through the stats over here to the right-hand side of us, 5 top 5s this season so far for Brandon Medford, only 7 top 10s. He's got the least amount of top 10s out of these championship 4 drivers. And the man with the most, right there running in second. That's right, Matt Horton, 5 top 5s, 10 top 10 so far this season. So it's not all about those race wins. Sometimes consistency is king, and you need to have consistent laps here at Phoenix. You don't want to upset the tires on the run too early or abuse them a little bit too early, because you will pay for it. Long green flag runs are known to happen here at Phoenix. Either you got a troubled start, or you've got a jewel of a gem. And it looks like we've got a diamond on our hands here tonight. Great racing action early from Phoenix Raceway in the Gerotech 100. Down to the bottom of the racetrack goes Medford, looking for that 3rd position on Bellinger. Hanging tough on the high side is Bellinger, though. Head back down into the corner. And, oh, looks like we've got our first caution flag of the night. Trouble on the track. John G. stopped. Involved in this one. Looks like we've got 1 or 2 drivers caught up and involved in this one. There you can see, I believe that Scott Mayhew also damaged on the backstretch. Let's go to the replay. Let's see how it all shook down. And the 56 gets turned. Looks like the 56 catches a piece off of, I'm trying to see who that was. Do we got a better shot at that? Can we get a better view? Do we got one? Let's see if we got one right here. And already happening in front of him, not seeing who it is. I think we're getting word it's the 16 of a Pendle. Contact between those drivers, and that spins one around. Another one gets caught up in it, and well, caution flag flies for the first time here at Phoenix Raceway. A lot of drivers electing to come to pit road. Matt Horton, Tyler Bellinger, and Tyler Woodard all staying out on the track. Your top 3 drivers not willing to come to pit road and give up that coveted track position just yet. And that's going to shake things up on the fuel mileage strategy as well. I mean, 15, 16 laps, that's a lot. So with the first caution flag of the night, and Chris, that's not fair. You can't put money on your brother. That's just, that's illegal. Good to see you out there in the chat, bud. Hope everything's good for you and in the family. And we'll see if little brother can bring it home here tonight. We'll see if Brandon Medford can't make his brother Chris a little bit richer in those Vegas odds with the race win here tonight. After coming to pit road, Medford will rejoin the track back in 5th. I don't want to question stuff too early here tonight, but I'm going to question stuff too early. 15 laps on the tires. You don't come to pit road under the first caution. I'm not sure that's the way to go. I think I may call it a little bit differently if I was on that pit box, but fortunately enough for a lot of drivers, I'm no longer pulling those kind of duties, because I've lost my fair share of races with the wrong calls at the wrong times, and I'm sure some of these other crew chiefs lined up down pit road have as well. We'll see if those 3 at the front of this field coming to this restart have made the right call, or will those fresh tires behind them starting in the 4th position just eat the front of this field up. And I believe it's 4 sets of tires in the pits. Chris, I'm not 100% on that one, but I'm pretty sure. And away we go. Green flag flies once again here at Phoenix Raceway. Getting back to the racing action. Horton off to a good jump with those older tires, but Justin Patillo wasting no time. He's going right to the high side of the track. That 6420 machine looking for the race lead. Already now back into second. He's done away with a Bellinger. The field has done away with Tyler Woodard. Woodard falling back to that 6th position now. Still a net gain of 4 positions from where he started, but moving the wrong way on this latest restart. Coming across the line this time around, quarter of the race almost in the bag here. Lap number 20 will go on the board. Matt Horton continues to lead after snatching your pole position earlier in qualifying. Justin Patillo got out to a big race lead. Are we seeing that track position we spoke about? Are we seeing that come to light right here? Are we exposing that those tires are not as important as clean air? Much older tires, 15 lap older tires. We're going to take a look at the speed charts. Last time around, race leader was faster than the man in second, 28.03 to 28.11. So the 15 lap older tires still keeping pace right here. And it's all about that clean air. Front of this field, good race call by the crew chiefs. We'll see if it continues to pan out through the course of this run. And how about we go back to this little bit of a bee's nest brewing on the track here at Phoenix Raceway. Dustin Franklin, Tyler Woodard, John Garrett dives to the inside. He's going to take the position away from Woodard as Woodard continues this backward slide. Now into 7th, Mark Parkhurst right there running in 8th. Christopher Pindle making his way back inside the top 10. Pindle now in 9th with Brandon Pamitat rounding out your top 10. Trouble on the track here tonight for Scott Mayhew. He's involved in that battle for the final spot in the top 5. Came to tonight's race sitting just 2 points behind Dustin Franklin, and Franklin running all the way up in 6th position. It's going to be a rough night for Mayhew to try to make up those points at this point in time. Hamatat right there running in 10th. He's looking to make up at least possibly 1 position. There's only 3 points separating Pamitat from Mayhew, so that 6th position is still up for grabs, and we've got 2, almost 3 wide through the corner. John Garrett moving to the front, to the inside of championship fellow contender Brendan Mefford up at the top of the racetrack. 83 trying to hang tough, but the 66 having none of it. He's looking to make the pass, not able to pull it off just yet. Will cross the line this time around. Lap 25 goes on the board. Finally able to pull that slide job and a big crossover, and down through the dog legs comes Medford with an attack back. Not going to be able to get to turn number 3 just yet, or I apologize, maybe that's turn 1. Not sure how they got this thing laid out anymore with all the new updates and upgrades. And Juan, thank you. I appreciate the clarification. I thought it was 4 sets in total, so I was giving these drivers 1 extra set. My apologies there. And I don't know, maybe we'll think about having 4 next year. Just so I can be right, you know what I mean? Matt Horton, Justin Patillo, John Garrett, front of the field here. Brandon Medford running in 4th. And how about it, race fans? The cream rising to the top here in tonight's Gerotech 100, the final race of season number 2. We will crown a champion, and all 4 of your championship contenders running 1st through 4th on the track. And with those much older tires, we are watching Matt Horton begin to do what we seen Justin Patillo do there before that first caution flag. First caution flag flew tonight at lap number 15, and Horton with the race lead, with the clean air on the nose, has stepped away from the Toyota. Even though he's got older tires, he has stepped away and built a gap on the cusp of a 1.5 second race advantage now on 15 lap older tires. Get it done, my man. Out there, a handful of fans walking through the gates as we talked to them about who they thought, who they had. A handful of them pointed and looked towards that 89. So we'll see if they make those fans Future tellers. Fortune tellers. Future tellers? Psychic riders. I don't know. We'll call them psychic riders. It sounds pretty cool. Things starting to sort themselves out just a little bit. We still got a handful of battles. Let's go back here. Join the 88 battle with the 16 of Christopher Pendleton. Pendle involved in that earlier incident here tonight involving, I believe that was the 56 and the 41 that also caught a piece. John G in that 41 machine and Scott Mayhew back in the 56 truck. Both with some contact after a driver goes around off of the front end of that 16 Ford F-150 of Christopher Pendle. Pendle still running inside the top 5. Move to the inside by Bellinger, looking to get by Dustin Franklin as both drivers into the outside wall. I was going to say, as Franklin begins to drift to the high side, got to be careful not to put it in the wall. And he follows the 88 right into that outside wall. That's going to allow the 16 truck we looked at a moments ago. We seen him caught up and involved in that earlier on-track incident that brought out our first one and only caution so far here tonight in the Gerotech 100 from Phoenix Raceway. Pendle, biggest mover of the race. That's right, Juan, biggest mover of the race, up 11 positions. That's one heck of a climb up through the field. Pendle now rounding out your top 5. Can the autism speaks eat? 16 Ford F-150 get to the front of this field, beginning to close in, but does he have enough time before he is going to have to come to pit road? Battle for second and third. Now look at this. John Garrett flexing his muscles a little bit. He's going to go up there and grab that second position away from Justin Patillo. So Patillo dominating those early 14 laps. Now finds himself with a little bit of trouble here. Long run pace is a concern. Looks like right now in that 64 camp. No worries at the front of the field though. Race leader out to a 1.3 second advantage as Matt Horton just trying to be smooth, hit the marks and keep this thing at the front of the field with some great pace. Last time around, race leader turning in a 28.68. 28.64 for the two drivers behind, so both Garrett and Patillo slightly faster than your race leader, but not really able to close in here. Lap number 37 will go on the board this time around. Let's jump back to the battles once again back here on the track. There you can see that 48 of Pamitat involved with a mix-up with Tyler Woodard. Here comes Mark Parkhurst, finally up 5 positions in tonight's race. Parkhurst knocking on the door of that 77 right now, all over the rear bumper at times, looking for a way around and looking for the 8th position, or 9th position, I should say. I apologize. Tyler Woodard struggling a little bit, doing all he can, fighting hard to stay inside of that top 10. This is one of your closest battles on track. Another battle just off in front. Let's head to that one here, as Dustin Franklin had some trouble. It looks like the truck got a little bit loose. Fortunate enough, able to go down the dog leg right there. That runoff really benefiting Franklin that time around. And Pamitat will close right on in. The 48 will wind up right on his rear deck lid. And I tell you what, why don't we jump on board here right around the track with Brandon Pamitat sitting in that 48 machine. Get a look for the very different lines here around Phoenix Raceway. Love to hear that. Do you hear him actuating that throttle right there, playing with it, a little bit of a squeeze and let it roll, and then a nice ease on back into it. Drivers busy in their office here tonight at Phoenix Raceway. Battle still raging on here between Franklin and Pamitat. They'll go side by side once again down into old number 3. That's what we'll call it. We'll keep track of it the old school way here, back on what used to be the front stretch, coming back around to turn number 1 here. Pamitat finally able to keep that position away from Woodard. Franklin losing a position as well. We'll jump around the track just a little bit. Let's jump to some different battles. See what's happening, what's shaking out there for a handful of drivers. There you can see that 37 of Guy Clem up at the top of the track. Clem having a good night here tonight. Running well. Doesn't look like he's got too much trouble on that Henderson's class 37 machine. He's trying to make his way back inside of a top 10 if he can. Guy Clem now running in that 13th position, and we're going to have ourselves some green flag pit stops here very soon. I would expect to say that these guys at the front of the field, Matt Horton, who stayed out here tonight, did not come to pit road under the first caution flag. It looks like he should be able to go maybe another, I would say about 10 laps. I think these drivers are going to get right around the 50 to 52 mark on the fuel. So as drivers already came to pit road, I mean, they set themselves up to run it to the end, and I think that may come into factor for Horton. I think that may be why himself, as well as Tyler Woodard, both stayed out on the track and elected to try to keep that track position at his. The 37 goes up to the top of the speedway and into that outside wall, and just like that, on cue, Matt Horton comes to pit road. Race leader gives up that top spot. Now John Garrett to the point for the first time here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. Horton will fall deep through this field. The question is going to be, will he lose a lap as we continue to watch this Henderson's Class 37 machine of Guy Clem making a good run at it here. He's going to jump and leapfrog over Horton. But I mean, I don't think these drivers that pitted on lap 15, they don't have enough fuel to get to the end. They are going to have to make at least one more pit stop, and it's going to be very, very close for that 89 of Horton on whether or not he can make it all the way back to the checkered flag with just this green flag pit stop here on lap number 45. Up at the front, we'll jump with the big battle on track. We've got 2-3 drivers all tangling. This trio of trucks tangling. Almost contact right there between Garrett and Medford. Back across the line, lap number 47 now goes on the board. They're all chasing Justin Patillo at the front of the field. Garrett had that second position for moments. And a little bit of a slip up opened up the door for the 60-20 machine of Patillo to grab that top spot, and now he's the man with the clean air on the front of his truck, and you can see it already. He's starting to walk away just a little bit, as now Medford able to slide on by that 66 Fort Worth screen printing Chevy Silverado, and he separates himself just slightly. Tyler Woodard gonna come to pit road this time around. The 77 will bring the truck to the attention of his crew down there on pit road. Trying to take a look here, and Horton has indeed lost a lap. We'll try to keep ourselves right here. And where is Horton? Where is he on track? There he is. He is a long way back. Almost, I would say, about a lap and a quarter, lap and a half almost, to your race leader at the front of the field, Justin Patillo. Last time around ran a 28.75. We'll take a look at it on the stopwatch this time around to see how Horton matches up on those fresher tires. The 28.93 for race leader Brandon Medford right there with the 28.79, 28.88 back in third, and almost a second faster than all of those drivers is that 89 of Matt Horton, turning a 27.72, so 1.2 seconds faster than your race leader. Matt Horton will be closing. It is going to be very, very close. Will Horton be able to keep that race lead and save enough fuel to get to the end? I don't think, we mentioned it, I don't think he's going to be able to make it there. He stopped on lap, I believe it was lap 44. Yes, it was lap 44 is when he came to pit road. That's going to leave him with about, 56 or so laps that he's going to have to get out of a fuel tank. And I just, that's asking quite a lot. They even got drivers like Tyler Woodard coming to pit road back there, one lap down in 17th. He came to pit road on lap 47. Even if he goes another 47 laps, that is still short. You're still 6 laps short. So I don't know. I think these drivers right here, Patillo, Medford, Garrett, Pendle, they all stopped back at lap 15. Everybody through this field still out there on the track, besides the drivers one lap down. Last stopped on lap 15 of the race under the first and only caution flag here tonight in the Gerotech 100. So they'll all have to make one more stop, and that's it. They will not have to come to pit road whatsoever. So I think strategy may be a little askew now for the driver back in that 89 truck, as Matt Horton continues to stay one lap down, struggling getting through some of these older tires, struggling to get around some of the trucks on the older tires, as the 36 of Brian Parker comes to pit road. Take a look as Brandon Medford, he's closing in on your race leader. He's trying to grab a lap lead here tonight. Leading a lap in the points, not really gonna matter. Your top 4, you've got to beat each other to find out who's got that season hardware in hand by the time we leave tonight's race, the Gerotech 100. Gerotech, Michigan's leading brand in CNC machines, engineered solutions, robotic, and automation. Here for all your sales and services of Haas CNC machinery. Look no further. You can find them at Gerotech.com. Horton finally able to get by that 56 of Scott Mayhew. Mayhew one lap down, the first driver one lap down that pitted on lap 15. So as we have ourselves this long green flag run, ooh, things mixing up right here as Horton has closed in on that rear bumper of Brandon Medford, and not far off in front of him you can see your race leader, and it's going to pay dividends right here. Oh, and Medford not going to be able to keep Horton behind him. It would pay dividends. I'm not saying you got to block him, but if you can slow his advance down, make him eat up those tires a little bit, trying to get by you, it's going to pay off really well at the tail end of this green flag pit cycle. It's going to be a big difference on when some of these drivers are going to elect to come to pit road, as now John Garrett, Mark Parkhurst, John G, Dustin Franklin, and Jonathan Golden all pull off the track. They all head to pit road. The 60 of David Pugh also going to join the parade of trucks down pit lane. Will the pit road police pop anybody here tonight? And now Brandon Medford, he pulls off and heads down pit road. That's going to leave the Toyota Tundra factory setups 64-20 of Justin Patillo out there on the track, leading this race, almost an 8-second advantage over Christopher Pendle. And we have got ourselves less than 50 to go, well over the halfway point here tonight. Just one caution flag multiple different race leaders and lead changes in. Patillo comes to pit road this time around. What will Pendle do? Pendle will stay out. He will lead a lap here, and you can see some pretty significant damage on the front end of that St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Autism Speak 16 machine. That Ford F-150 has looked better in better days, but still out there on the track, and it looks like he will be pulling to pit road this time around. Guy Clem in the 37 machine. He's next up to bat for leading a lap here. Can that 37 machine get up there and around? Will he stay out on the track? Will the 37 lead a lap here tonight from Phoenix Raceway? Out of the corner, and yes, he's going to stay out on track. The 37 of Guy Clem looks to lead a handful of laps here tonight, getting the job done here. How about the big move up through this field? Clem started back in that 5th position. Solid qualifying effort. Had a little bit of a rough go there for a moment, but Clem now running up at the front, right where he wants to be, right where he belongs. But here comes the man in second place, Matt Horton, all over the tail end of that 37, and it's going to be a fight. Not going to go down without a fight. The 37 of Clem going to stay at the top of the speed chart, stay at the high side, and try to keep himself in the mix here for Raceland, extending this fuel run here. He will have the absolute freshest tires, but at what cost? As Clem, his crew chief, they call it quits, and they will head to pit road this time around. Will it be enough to get him back out there on the lead lap and have him a shot to run through the field? Gonna be a quick, short run here. Clem gonna have to do well. We'll check back in on that 37 after the green flag pit stops. We'll see how he goes out there for the rest of tonight's Gerotech 100, and back to the point. Look at this race lead now. 10.5 plus seconds for Matt Horton. If you're going to tell me fresh tires don't matter, I don't know what to tell you. Right there, perfect example. He's got still 16 lap older tires now than the man that's back there running in second, but again, over a 10-second deficit. The 64, 83, and 66, they're going to have to pick up a lot of time to catch back up to your race leader, Matt Horton. But remember, I don't think Horton can make it on fuel. I do believe he is going to have to stop at least one more time. I'm not so sure about the rest of this field. I believe it may be possible that that 37 stretches the fuel the right way. Yes, he is listed one lap down right now, running in that 14th position, but I'm telling you, he came to pit road on lap 63. You do the math. If he can even get 40 laps out of it, that's more than enough to get to the end of tonight's race. So, I mean, it's there. It's going to be close for a handful of drivers, Chris. I'm telling you, it's not that fuel don't matter. I'm telling you. Last to pit road race leader, even if you do 50 laps on it on the fuel run, man, that's only lap 94. Where are you getting those other 7 laps to complete the race here tonight? That's going to be saving a ton. I don't think you can save 7 laps in a fuel run either, but you know, we'll see how it goes here. Justin Patillo, Brandon Medford, they're in much better shape here, pitting on lap number 60 and 59. We'll see how it all plays out between those two drivers. Let's go back to one of the only battles on the track at this point in time. Christopher Pendle and Tyler Woodard going at it, 6th and 7th on the racetrack. 16 Ford F-150 gets the position away from Woodard, as now the 77 falls back to 7th. Brandon Pamitat about 1.5 seconds back from this small little scrum going on between Pendle and Woodard. A tight little battle back through this field. Also with the 47 of Dustin Franklin and the 60 of David Pugh. Both of those drivers knotted up within 1 second of each other. John G. recovering well after an early spin. The 41 Chevy Silverado now rounding out your top 10. And there it is. Horton has to come to pit road. Horton has realized it, and he has come to pit road. 89 breaking off and coming down to pit lane. The field will go into the hands of Justin Patillo as now Brandon Medford moves to second and John Garrett rounds out the podium. You've got 3 out of your top 4 championship runners still up inside of those podium positions. Horton will fall all the way outside of the top 10. Will he fall off of the lead lap once again is a big question. About 0.07 of a second last time around. Quicker than anybody else was Justin Patillo at 28.13. Or I apologize, 28.07 to a 28.14 this time around. Losing a little bit of ground as Medford a little faster on the speed charts. 1.3 second advantage right now for Patillo in that Toyota Tundra. It looks like Medford able to reel him in a little, and then loses a little, and then reels him back in. We'll have to see how it all runs here. Bellinger involved in a battle. Let's go right here with that 88. He's closed in on the tail end of the 48 machine. The 48 trying to keep himself inside of a top 5 position. Tyler Bellinger right there running in 6th, wanting more, but not able to take that spot away just yet. He's going to fade off the tail end of the trunk. In front is Brandon Pamitat, able to keep 5th position for the moment. And already almost a half a second faster on the track is that 89 of Matt Horton. So with right around 25 laps remaining, race fans, we're closing in on it. You can see it down there on the ticker. It's been up all night. The Season 2 championship on tap, on the line here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. Do want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. If you just joined us here tonight, we are down to the final 25 laps in the final race of season number 2 for the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. And tonight's Gerotech 100. Gerotech, one of the great sponsors, one of the many sponsors here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Big round of applause and tip of the cap for Gerotech coming on board and sponsoring tonight's championship race right here in Phoenix. Also a big time shout out to all of the other sponsors throughout this entire league and series. Goose Graphics also stepping up to the plate this season, supporting all of your iRacing simulator needs for decals and custom graphics. You can check them all out. Check out Goose Graphics. Also another big sponsor here with the Colonial Clash. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Pro Cup Racing Experience. Pro Cup Racing Experience provides an exciting opportunity to drive a real race car that has competed in today's top stock car series at the fastest tracks around the country. Find yourself behind the seat of a real race car. Check them out. Pro Cup Racing Experience. That's www.procuprace.com. Another big time shout out to primary sponsor on board with this 66 of John Garrett, Fort Worth Screen Printing. Ever since 1997, Fort Worth Screen Printing has provided textile screen printing services to promotional products distributors, marketing firms, advertising agencies, and many countless users throughout the United States. They're sought after for their ability to do the jobs that others cannot do if you're looking to get yourself in the market or have something that you need in the market and you need somebody to take care of it and get a good screen printing done on it, you can go over to the fwscreen.com. Check out Fort Worth Screen Printing, as well as Aunt Renovations. All your home remodeling and resurfacing needs, veteran owned and operated. Check them out at Aunt Renovations. And with just 20 to go, what do you say we check in with those Championship 4 drivers? And it's going to look like it's a highlight reel with your Championship 4 front of this field, leading the race in that 6420 Toyota Tundra. Justin Batillo has himself a 1.2 second advantage over the field right now, looking to try to slide this thing back to victory lane. Back-to-back winning race performances. Can Batillo park it once again? A driver running in second, another championship contender. You know him, I know him. We talked to him last week in those post-race interviews. Said he was feeling pretty good about Phoenix here tonight. Will Brandon Medford be able to gain one more position and raise the checkered flag in season hardware? We've got 18 laps to go, and Medford running in second. Rounding out your podium drivers, 66 of John Garrett and his Fort Worth screen printing machine out of Tyler, Texas. Garrett, he needs to find a little more pace if he's going to want that season championship here. Running third on track will not do it, but still a solid night here tonight in the Gerotech 100. Garrett runs in third. Where is your fourth and final championship contender? You got to go back outside of the top 5, but back on the lead lap. 27 seconds behind your race leader with fresher tires, making his way up through the field, slicing as he goes. The 89 Chevy Silverado, piloted by Matt Horton, looks to be on a tear up through this field. Horton, he's got a ways to go, but he's got the freshest tires. Will he be able to get there? Gotta give credit where credit is due, race fans. How about the man out of Aberdeen, Ohio, Christopher Pendle, right there in that 16 Autism Speaks St. Jude Children's Hospital Ford F-150 up inside of your top 5. 16 running into fourth position here tonight. And Brandon Pamitat right here, the Long Island, New York native. Brandon Pamitat rounding out your top 5, and with where he's running, look for Pamitat to possibly take over that 5th position in the point standings at the end of tonight's race when everything is calculated and tallied. We'll see how it all sorts out, how it works out. And that is your top 5. With less than 15 to go, what do you say we go ahead and do one little round of house cleaning here tonight? 17 drivers took to the track in the Gerotech 100. We have still got ourselves 16 out there on the track, but only 8 drivers left on the lead lap. It has been a fast-paced night here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. Patillo leads, Brandon Medford, John Garrett, Christopher Pendle, and Brandon Pamitat round out your top 5. We wanted to see how his strategy was going to fare, how it was going to work, and unfortunately not getting him to the front of this field. The guy Clem back here running in the 13th position right now. He does not have to stop for fuel. But I don't think we're going to see anybody else come to pit road unless they are forced down pit road. And oh, just as I say that, Tyler Woodard in the 77, he's going to pull to pit lane this time around. Trying to close in for position on that 86 of Jonathan Golden. Guy Clem in the Henderson Glass 37 looks for a position. He'll grab a spot from Woodard as he's on pit road and look for another Clem almost back to a top 10. And let's transition, race fans. Let's go back up here with your race leader because he's caught some heavy lap traffic in front of him. There you can see right now Mark Parkhurst fighting for his life to stay on the lead lap. And that is going to, oh no, that's going to be, everything's done. It's all out of the window. We're going to rethink this whole thing. Oh boy. Oh boy. And I think Horton has trouble now. Horton has got some big trouble. But first, let's go back. Let's check this replay. Let's see what happened and how it went down, what brought out the second caution of the evening here tonight. Looks like the 88 of Tyler Bellinger has some big-time trouble. He came and got some fresh tires, and just tires a little bit cold. Big slide off of the corner exit, and that will bring the caution flag out, and we'll jump back up front with your race leader, John Garrett, as he stays out on the track. Garrett not wanting to come to pit road. Patilo, Medford, Pemitat, Horton, Parkhurst, all down pit lane this time by. And I don't know, man. If you're John G, do you got that set of tires? If you had the set, why not come and get them? So that's going to be an interesting restart here. I believe this won't be an official green-white checkered, I don't think yet. I think we will get this thing back racing in racing conditions before the official race distance in the Gerotech 100 here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. But some big points implications now as Garrett elects to stay out on track for what could be the final caution of the night. Will it be the final caution of the night is the big question. As we've got ourselves just a moment, we're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back for all your green flag action right here from Phoenix Raceway. Back under caution for the second time here tonight. The red spoilers caution flag will wave. But already we are set to get this field. I believe we're going to go back double file. I think that's the one finger wave from the boss man in the flag stand. And indeed it is. We will get set to kick things off this time around. And it looks like Garrett maybe making sure he keeps enough fuel in that fuel cell down there running on that apron. Not coming to pit road. And I don't think fuel's really going to be his concern here now that we have had that caution flag. It's going to be the grip on those older tires. But we've seen clean air be king. Here we go. Once again, drivers make their way down this long backstretch to the restart box. We're going to have 5 laps remaining. Can that 66 of Garrett stay out front? Will Batilo or Medford make their way up to the top spot? Matt Horton right there running in 6th, and we've got ourselves a green flag once again here from Phoenix Raceway. Patillo all over the tail end of Garrett right now. They're going to stack up two, almost three wide, as now the 64-20 to the bottom of the track. 16 at the top into the outside wall. They split them, as now Patillo with the race lead off of turn number 2, back down into 3. Now here comes Medford. John Garrett looking to the inside, not going to get there. Going to wash up the track just a little bit. They're right in front of Pamitat. Here comes Horton, up one position. Now make that 2. Horton up to 4th. Oh, Horton going at it with Garrett in contact as the 66 gets sent up the track. More contact, and Pamitat almost goes around. And more drivers around, more trouble. Jonathan Golden finally gets collected. The 64. The 86, I apologize. Oh, man. Ooh, things getting wild here. Championship on the line, and there you can see a little bit of help. The 86 had a little bit of help going around. Let's see if we can see who it was. And it looks like I'm not quite catching it. I believe that may be the 41 of John G. caught up and involved in this latest incident, bringing out our 3rd caution of the night. And well, you know what they say, cautions breed cautions. And with a championship on the line, you can expect some people to get moved out of line as well. The 66 of John Garrett will pull to pit road with that hard hit to the outside wall, and starting a little bit further back in the field here, you gotta know, or you gotta wonder how hurt his truck is and how well he'll be able to make up any time here, as he will restart outside of your top 5 at least. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for that 66 Fort Worth screen printing machine to get himself back into a championship contending position. But how about this, race fans, for the final restart of the night? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all championship contending drivers here tonight. We're going to have them line up on the front row, side by side. And Horton, one of the fastest drivers all night long, he'll be lining up inside row number 2, but he does not have those fresh tires to lean on. So, I mean, it's gonna be another crazy one. I don't know if we've seen the end of the caution flag here tonight. This will be an attempt at a green-white checker to finish tonight's Gerotech 100 right here from Phoenix Raceway. And man, Troy, good to see you out there in the chat, checking in, cheering along with Chris, trying to build up and pump up that 83 driver, Brandon Medford. He's got some fans in the stands. He's got some fans in the chat as well. Will that be able to will the wheel of that 83 of Medford to victory lane? We're going to find out here very shortly, because the iRacing Chevy Silverado page truck lights will go off this time by. We've got ourselves just one lap to go before we go back. Green flag racing here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. Season number 2. The championship is on the line. This could be the final start of the race here tonight. This could be the final restart of the season. It's all about getting off the line. Will Medford be able to keep the reaction time quick enough to keep himself in touch down into the first corner? Big question to ask. How about that 89 of Horton? Will he use the chrome horn on the front of his Chevy Silverado and send that Toyota packing up to the high side of the track? And oh no, looks like we're going to have ourselves one more to go here. iRacing pace car lights coming back on. One lap added to the caution flag. Looks like we've got everybody in the proper position, so we'll get set and ready to fire things off this time by. Pace truck down into the way. Drivers side by side will make their way back to the restart box and fire this thing off. But once again, here we go, race fans. Who's going to grab the checkered flag? Who's going to walk away with the season championship? Who's your money on down through the corner? And here we go. Green flag flies as Justin Patillo hits the gas. Brandon Medford with a good jump, but not able to keep pace with that 20. He's going to open up the door now for the 89 to look to the inside. Battle for second as Patillo steps away. Medford fights back on that high side. We come back down the backstretch once again. Now Medford looking to the inside. Will we get to the white flag here? And no, caution on the speedway. Caution comes out. Looks like Jonathan Golden caught up. John G. Tyler, Rex, Guy Clem, all caught up and involved in this one. There you can see that Henderson Glass 77 machine smoking out on the track after a great recovery here tonight. Clem, well, look like he will finish tonight's race down on pit road. And let's see what brought out the caution. Let's see what happened. Let's see how it all went down. Let's go check the iRacing League calculator replay. There you go, just contact. Oh, and two separate incidents there. Looks like the 41 caught up and involved in something in front, as Jonathan Golden and I believe Scott Mayhew both caught up and involved with something right behind that. Two separate incidents looking almost like Siamese simultaneous incidents right there. Two drivers going across the nose of another truck, and that will put us under caution once again here from Phoenix Raceway. Fourth caution of the night. We'll restack them, re-rack them one more time here tonight. And you're exactly right, Spencer. For those of you just joining us or not very familiar with the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series, only two green-white checkered attempts here. So this is going to be it. We'll drop the green flag, and, well, the next flag will end it, whether it be the white and then the checkered or that caution flag flies again. It will end the race here tonight. And, you know, we all want to see it run to the end under green flag conditions. But, I mean, if you're Patillo, will you take I'll call it what it is. Will you take the cheap one if we see some on-track trouble and the caution flag fly before he gets back to the white flag? I know personally, if I'm sitting in first, I'll take the cheap one. I'll take the cheap race win and championship trophy. Thank you very much. See you next year. I mean, that's just me, though. Yeah, you know, everybody wants to race for it, and I applaud that. But, you know, I've raced all season long. I put myself in this position. If I can make it out of this thing with the race win a little bit easier from possibly a cheap way, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Well, here we go, race fans. A final restart here in season number 2. Championship contenders will line up nose to tail and side by side. locking out that front row and that inside lane. Second car back, Matt Horton will start third. Here we go. Chevy Silverado pace truck has ducked off. Field will make their way down this long back stretch and into the final corner, and we will get this thing fired back off once again here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. The Gerotech 100 has not disappointed. Long green flag runs, a lot of battles out there on the track, and we've got ourselves a short track shootout for the championship, and green flag flies up through the gears as Medford on the outside, able to get through the gears a little bit better this time. Keep pace and hold pace with that 20. Patillo slowly starting to gain, but here comes Medford on the outside. Brandon Medford looking to the outside now as they streak down the backstretch into the restart line. Here we go, start-finish line. This time around, side by side for your race lead. White flag flies. Final lap here from Phoenix. Still a side-by-side battle between Patillo and Medford. Who wants it? Up the track drifting is Patillo, side by side at an old number 3 drag race down the front stretch. Oh, here we go, backing it down into the corner. Who's gonna get it at the line? Oh my gosh, Patillo gets it at the line by a nose. Holy wow. Wow, did you see that? Those last 2 laps, man, you were treated to something special right there. That hard-nosed battle between Medford and your Season 2 champion, now drifting through the corner in his factory setup truck. Man, Justin Patillo, Brandon Medford, thank you both, gentlemen. We appreciate that hard-nosed, clean racing action to decide not only the race win, but the championship as well. Man, coming up just shy. Medford, Brandon, heck of a job, man. Patillo, what a way to walk away with a race win. Man, I don't think it gets much better than that. How about the drama throughout the entire race here tonight in the Gerotech 100? And making his way to the start-finish line to enjoy his post-race celebrations. And well-deserved here, picking up his 7th win of the season. And there's his fellow competitor showing him a little bit of love here at the end of tonight's race. And well, as we give the fans a smoke show at the track, we're going to step away for just a brief moment, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Back trackside at the conclusion of what was one of the best finishes we have seen in quite some time, not only for a race win, but for championship rights. The man, race fans, what a finish, what a race, what a night. And now we will head down trackside. Let's see if we can talk to a few of your drivers finishing out in the podium spots. Let's jump now to, let's see if we can't grab a quick word in with the driver inside of that 83 truck, Brandon Medford. It's Dave in the booth. You got me, man? Hey, man. Man, first and foremost, all jokes aside, even with you coming in second, to see a finish like that, man, I'd give money to pay to see that week in and week out. What a finish! What a night for you and your 83 crew. How you feeling inside of that machine?
All worked up there that last restart and holding my breath and everything else. But man, I don't think that you could have asked for a better finish for the championship coming down to the last lap like that.
Yeah, and it just an absolute battle there between you and Batilo for that race win, for the championship as well. As we were making our way down into those final 20 laps or so, what was the strategy? Were you guys going to make it on fuel? Did you have to pit again? What was the thought process? What was going through your head?
Honestly, that first caution came out just perfect. I knew what my strategy was from there. So I knew I had to make at least one more pit stop around lap 55, 56, and we were going to be good to go. And that's what we did. So, yeah, we were good to the end. I wouldn't have had a shot at Justin if we didn't have that late caution, though. I will tell you that much. We were dead even there before them cautions came.
Well, Brandon, it's been a pleasure catching up with you week in, week out here in these post-race interviews. As the season has come to a close, though, and you will walk away second in the point standings, just coming up a little bit shy here tonight in the final race, the championship night here at Phoenix Raceway. What's your thoughts moving forward? Will we see you back for season 3?
Man, I've had so much fun with these guys. Everybody's been clean. There's been a lot of green flag racing, not a lot of cautions, not a lot of attitudes. This league has been top notch, and I'll definitely be back, depending on what the schedule looks like with my children and things like that. But I plan on being back to race with this group. Proud to be a part of it, actually.
All right, my man. Well, that's good to hear. We hope to see you back as well. We hope real life and the scheduling here in the virtual world all pans out for you, and we hope to see that 83 back on track next season. But before we let you go for the final time here in season number 2, again, congratulations on the great run and the chance at the championship here tonight at Phoenix. Before we let you go, though, Brandon, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Oh yeah, first I want to thank Justin for racing me clean there. We both could have beaten bang there and really soured up what was a great race, but he didn't use me up. I didn't use him up. So thank you to him for that clean run there. The last couple restarts. I tried to tell him earlier that that's probably the most fun I've had in the sim since I started doing this. So thanks to him. Thanks to you, Dave, for the broadcast. That finish hopefully going to get us some likes and some follows there. And then, my Falcon teammates, my family, Zoe's Place, the Colonial Clash crew, everybody that puts this on, all the sponsors, uh, just just everybody that makes this happen for us. So, thanks.
Absolutely. Well, again, Brandon, congratulations on the great run this season. And as I said, man, always a pleasure. And we hope to see you back on track soon.
Thanks, Dave. Enjoy, bud.
All right, there you have it. Final parting words from the man who walked away second on the track, second in the championship standings after a great night and a great race here from Phoenix Raceway. The 83 of Brandon Medford walks away in second. And it looks like the 89 of Matt Horton has some prior obligations that he's got to fulfill, so not going to be able to catch up with the driver that ran at the front of the field, had a fuel and tire strategy that was pretty interesting. But nonetheless, Horton will walk away third, and that will lead us right into our championship interview. Let's head down to Victory Lane. Let's see if we can't catch in with your race leader, your Season 2 champion inside of that 64 truck. Justin, how you feeling after capturing the checkered flag, the race win, and the season championship?
Doing great, man. I can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, I definitely had to work for it. Brendan's a really good racer. Matt's a really good racer. John's a good racer. They all had a different strategy, and it was a lot of fun. I'm just glad that we had the right strategy this week, man, because that could have went 90 different ways, honestly.
Well, walk us through a little bit of your strategy here tonight. You came down to pit road with a big group of cars back on, I believe it was right around lap 15 when the first red spoilers caution flag flew here tonight. From that point on, was the strategy pretty much already made, or were you going to be able to adjust it if you needed to?
Honestly, I knew that fuel was close, so that's why I decided to pit. I knew the fuel strategy was definitely in the picture. You know, I think if we put it there, we can make it on one more stop, and that's what I was thinking. I didn't really think that staying out would be the call there because I think, you know, I still think you wouldn't have made it on fuel. So I think it really worked out to pit there and take fuel. I didn't take tires there, though. I think John Garrett did, and that's what put him behind on the last caution because he didn't have a set at the end. So I'm glad we saved a set that way, and it ended up working really good. We were able to keep up with John that run. There was so much different strategy going on. I'm just glad it worked.
Well, Justin, now that you can kind of soak in the moment, soak in this season championship, knowing you walked away this season with 7 race wins in your back pocket, the championship hardware, looking forward to next year. We're going to shift gears already. Looking forward to next season. Will we see the return of this Tundra, and do you think you've got what it takes to possibly repeat?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to be back for another season. I'm going to try and go 3 in a row. I'm going to try, see what I can do. But it's been a really fun league. I hope a lot more people will join. I really appreciate everybody that runs this league. I appreciate broadcasting. Everybody that runs it is just phenomenal. They do a really good job. It's really organized, too. So one of the best leagues I've been a part of, and I'll definitely be back for season 3.
Well, I know we appreciate the kind words over here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. I appreciate the words from the production booth. I know the admins, race officials, and your fellow competitors appreciate all the praise. Justin, you've been head and shoulders above the field all season long. You walked away. I believe this is going to make your 9th top 5, your 10th top 10 throughout the entire season with 7 wins. I mean, dominating performance this year. Congratulations on the race win here tonight. Very tough run at the end. Exciting for the fans and everybody involved. Congratulations on your back-to-back season championship. Before we let you go and enjoy the night and celebrate it away, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I'd like to thank, first and foremost, Fort Worth Screen Esports for working with me. The whole team was amazing. We all worked together, especially like the Daytona races and all the plate races. They always were there. Great people, great family. Even the whole league, great drivers in the whole league. I want to thank them for racing me clean every week. I appreciate them so much, seriously. So I want to thank them. I want to thank my Twitch too. My Twitch always supports me. They're always like they're awesome. I mean, I got so much cool people that watch me and hang out and get to watch these races. So that's really cool. I appreciate them, and I can't thank everybody that sponsors me enough. Fort Worth, Splash Go Graphics, and Burton Exterior Enhancements. They do really good. Thank you so much for doing this, and I'll be back next year for next season.
All right, my man. Well, again, enjoy this one. Soak it up. Enjoy the celebrations and all the love that comes with it, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you in Season 3.
Heck yeah. Y'all have a good night.
All right, there you go. Justin Batillo walks away from Phoenix Raceway with another checkered flag in hand, another set of season hardware, back-to-back championship winning performances. He's going to take the title in Season 1, repeat in Season 2. He's also going to go back-to-back race-winning performances to walk away with 2 in a row at the end of the season. Justin Batillo takes the top spot in the season hardware. He is your Season 2 champion. Man, what a run. What a night here tonight from Phoenix Raceway. You can't really ask for more when it comes down to a final restart, and the way that these drivers handled themselves over the course of that final green-white checkered. What a great race. What a great night. If you missed it, go ahead and rewind it and rewatch it, because that was some crazy good racing action here from Phoenix Raceway. And it looks like producers already hitting those familiar tunes in the background, so you know they want me to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Phoenix Raceway in the Season 2 Championship. In the Gerotech 100, Justin Batillo walks away with the top spot in the season hardware. He will finish in first. Brandon Medford comes up just shy, but not from a lack of effort. The 83 was right there on the final green-white checkered attempts, and he gave Batillo all he had, but Medford will fall short and finish in second. 89 of Matt Horton with a little bit of a strategy play, almost worked out for him. Unfortunately, though, your championship contender will not grab that hardware this season. He's going to have to wait till next year, and Horton walks away in third. Mark Parkhurst back in fourth with Brandon Pamitat rounding out your top five. 16 of Christopher Pindle finishes tonight's race back in sixth, with John G. Park in that 41 home in seventh. Dustin Franklin walks away from Phoenix Raceway in eighth. Ninth place to John Garrett. Dave Pugh right there in that 10th spot. Tyler Woodard, Scott Mayhew back in 12th. The 84 of Tyler Rex will finish in 13th. The 37 of Guy Clem, tough little run at the end. He was involved in an on-track incident, finishes 5 laps down, back in 14th. Jonathan Golden, Tyler Bellinger, and Brian Parker round out your 17 truck field here tonight in the Gerotech 100 Season 2 Championship finale right here from Phoenix Raceway. What a night, race fans. What a finish. My gosh, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop them that thumbs up if you haven't already. Join us in that quest and push for 3,000 subscribers. As we said, drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. You know you want to. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.